What are we really here for? Why does everything keep repeating like this? Am I doing something wrong? This video isn't here to comfort you with pretty words. It's here to offer you a different perspective that maybe your life isn't chaotic at all, but is actually moving according to a deeper map, a contract, a soul agreement that you yourself once chose. In this journey, we will look together at why you were born into that family, why you carry very specific wounds, and why certain people enter your life just to wake you up. If you have ever felt that something inside you is waiting to be remembered, then stay until the end of this video and follow the channel so we can walk this journey together. Not just to gain information, but to understand yourself more deeply and begin living differently. There is a truth that most people only start to sense after going through enough hardship. Life does not operate randomly, the way we often believe. Not everything that happens is bad luck, and not every pain comes as punishment. Some experiences repeat not because you are unlucky, but because they are trying to tell you something deeper. I have met many people who carry the same question. They are not hopeless or pessimistic, but in their eyes, there is always a sense of being out of sync, as if they are living a life that doesn't truly fit them. They did everything they were taught: study, work, build relationships, and try to become a better version of themselves. Yet when night falls, when all roles fade, a hard-to-describe feeling rises inside them. Not exactly sadness, not exactly emptiness, but a quiet question: is this really all there is? Those moments are often the beginning of a very gentle awakening, not loud, not dramatic, just a quiet doubt that maybe life has a deeper structure than what we see. From here, the concept of the soul contract begins to make sense. A soul contract is not something mystical or distant. It is like a rough map you drew for yourself before entering this life, not a step-by-step plan, but major axes: what you wanted to learn, what you wanted to overcome, and who you wanted to become once all external layers were stripped away. The family you were born into, the circumstances you grew up in, and the kinds of relationships you tend to encounter all lie within the broad lines of that map. But here is something crucial. When you were born, you did not bring that map into your conscious memory. You forgot, and this forgetting is not a mistake. It is the condition that allows you to live truly. If you remembered everything, if you knew in advance what to do, who to meet, and which lessons to pass, then every choice would be artificial, not conscious. Growth would lose its meaning. Just like a child, if they knew all the answers from the start, they would never learn how to stand on their own. Yet forgetting does not mean losing. Everything belonging to your soul contract remains, but sinks into deeper layers of intuition, into that familiar feeling you can't explain, into natural pulls you don't know why you feel. Some people appear in your life and instantly change you. Some choices you can't justify with logic. Yet, if you don't follow them, you feel like you are betraying yourself. That is not randomness. That is the map whispering to you. I once heard someone say, "I don't know why I'm here, but I know very clearly what I can no longer keep living like." That statement touched me deeply. A soul contract rarely reveals itself through clear goals. It often appears through misalignment. Misalignment with shallow relationships, with paths that drain you, with a life where you have to force yourself every day. Many people fear this feeling of being lost. They rush to cover it with busyness, achievements, or by becoming more like everyone else. But some people, even when exhausted, choose to stop and listen. They may not have answers yet, but they know they can no longer ignore the call within. And in that moment, the true return to the soul contract begins. It is important to understand, a soul contract does not trap you. It does not force you to follow a rigid script. On the contrary, it gives you a foundation to rise above. You can go further than originally planned. You can grow in ways your soul itself, from a broader perspective, could not fully foresee. The map is not meant to confine you, it is meant to help you not lose yourself. If you are still listening now, it is likely not by accident. Perhaps it is time to look at your life through a different lens, not to blame fate, but to understand that what you are living has meaning, even if you cannot see the whole picture yet. In the next parts, we will go deeper into how the soul contract leaves traces in daily life through repeating patterns, people you meet, and emotions you cannot ignore. Not so you believe blindly, but so you can observe yourself more honestly. Once you begin to sense that your life does not operate randomly, you naturally become more sensitive to small signals. Not in a superstitious way, but with a more subtle listening. You start noticing coincidences that are too precise to ignore, thinking of someone you haven't seen in years, and minutes later they message you, being stuck in a difficult choice, and hearing a stranger say something that hits exactly your situation. Seeing certain numbers, themes, or images repeat over and over, as if life is nudging you to pay attention. I used to dismiss these as random, but over time, I saw that some coincidences arrive exactly when you need them, not earlier, not later. And if you ignore them enough, they return in stronger forms. The soul does not speak the language of logic. It does not argue, explain, or force. It whispers. One of its clearest whispers appears through these synchronizations in everyday life, quiet, not supernatural, yet strong enough to make you stop and wonder, why now? Dreams are another doorway. When the mind relaxes and control lowers, the soul has more space to send messages. Some dreams fade quickly, but others stay with you all day. Not because of drama, but because of a strange familiarity, as if you touched something ancient inside yourself. Repeating dreams about flying, falling, getting lost, or returning to unknown yet familiar places are rarely meaningless. They are symbols the soul uses to speak about freedom, limits, fear, or unlived potential. Beyond dreams, there are feelings that words cannot capture. You enter a space and immediately feel heavy or open. You meet someone for the first time yet feel like you've known them forever, or the opposite. Someone makes you uneasy without any logical reason. These reactions come from a deeper memory, where the soul recognizes connections beyond this lifetime. Intuition is often dismissed, especially by those who rely on logic. But if you pay attention, intuition rarely shouts. It appears as a vague discomfort or a gentle pull towards something. And when you ignore it too many times, life forces you to learn through harder experiences. Some people only realize they are off path when their body speaks. Chronic fatigue, repeated symptoms, unexplained tension. The body does not betray you, it is more honest than the mind. When you live out of alignment with your deepest values, your body reacts first. Emotions also reveal patterns. Certain things trigger you more than normal: a small injustice, a simple act of kindness, a painful story. These strong reactions are not a weakness. They show you what is close to your core. The soul leaves its marks where emotion runs deepest. Then there are repeating obstacles. You try to move forward, but every step meets resistance. You change environments, people, strategies, yet the result stays the same. Many see this as a failure, but from another angle, it may be redirection, not to block your growth, but to bring you back to a more aligned path. Conversely, when you are truly aligned, things tend to flow more naturally. You don't have to force. The right people appear. Opportunities open at the right time, not because you are special, but because you are in sync with yourself. Sadly, most of us are taught to ignore these signals, to be more realistic, to stop overthinking, to trust only what is measurable. But the soul does not speak in numbers. It speaks through experience. If you observe your life, you will see that these signs never disappeared. You were just too busy to listen. In the next part, we will not only look at fleeting signs, but dive into the most persistent repeating patterns where the soul contract reveals itself most clearly. After enough time observing small signs, you realize that the most meaningful things in life are not big events, but quiet, persistent patterns. Some people repeatedly enter the same type of relationship, different faces, same ending, feeling misunderstood, disappointed, or always playing the same role. the caretaker, the rescuer, the peacemaker, or the strong one. Even when circumstances change, the rhythm remains. Many blame bad luck, but these patterns are not random. They are lessons presented again and again in different forms until you truly understand not to punish you, but to refine you. I once spoke with a woman who always attracted people who needed saving. Every time, she became their emotional support, only to burn out later. She realized she had learned to prove her worth through sacrifice, believing she was only valuable if she was useful. That belief shaped her relationships. Relationship patterns often mirror what the soul is trying to learn. If you are always protecting others, your lesson may be about boundaries and inner strength. If you are often abandoned, your soul may be teaching you to stand alone and not define your worth through others. Patterns also appear in work and life direction. Some people are repeatedly drawn to leadership. Others stay behind the scenes, supporting, connecting, yet rarely recognized. Some are highly capable but withdraw just before reaching success, as if held back by an invisible fear. These are not coincidences, they reflect both old strengths and unresolved limits. Not all patterns are comfortable. Some people struggle with a constant lack of money, opportunity, and recognition. Others face repeated loss of loved ones, direction, or faith. On the surface, this seems unfair, but from the soul's perspective, these may be deep lessons about letting go, trust, and inner security. Think of the soul like an athlete in training. It does not choose easy exercises, it chooses the right ones for growth. If you are constantly tested in patience, that may be your lesson. If you are often forced to choose honesty, truth may be your core value. Family is where patterns often show most clearly. Some are born into responsibility, some into rebellion, some as the emotional bridge. These roles are not accidental. Family is the first environment the soul chooses to learn foundational lessons, and many adult patterns originate there. Even the body reflects patterns. Recurring pain in the same place, symptoms appearing whenever you suppress something. The body records what the mind avoids. The key is not to eliminate patterns immediately, but to see them. Once recognized, they lose absolute control. You gain choice, you can respond differently, stop earlier, and not repeat decisions just because they are familiar. Many fear looking at their patterns, thinking it means admitting they are flawed. But recognizing patterns is actually maturity the moment you stop being a victim of life and start understanding that repetition is not meant to defeat you, but to awaken you. When you begin to see life as a sequence of purposeful lessons instead of random mistakes, something softens. You resist the past less, blame yourself less, and open space for conscious choice. In the next part, we will ask a crucial question. If the soul chose these lessons, what resources did it bring to face them? The answer lies in natural gifts you may have overlooked. Once you see your repeating patterns, you naturally ask, if the soul chose such hard lessons, what did it rely on to overcome them? The answer is usually not brute effort, but innate gifts you have carried with you from the start, so familiar that you underestimate them. Some abilities feel effortless. Some things you do so naturally that you assume everyone can, but not everyone can. These are traces of long experience, refined across many lifetimes and carried into this one as familiar tools. I once met someone who could calm any room with just a few words. She thought it was just her personality, but she later realized she always appeared in situations that needed healing. Her gift was not advice, but holding a safe space for others to be themselves. Soul gifts are rarely flashy. They hide in ordinary things, understanding others' emotions without many words, seeing the underlying structure of problems, organizing and connecting people effortlessly, and finding direction in chaos. A clear sign of your gift is something that does not drain you, even when others find it exhausting. You may feel depleted doing work misaligned with you, but energized when helping someone through a crisis. You may hate repetitive tasks, but lose track of time when creating, arranging, or sharing. Where you give without feeling depleted, that is often your gift. Sometimes a gift appears disguised as a flaw. Someone may be highly sensitive and easily hurt, but that same sensitivity allows deep empathy. Someone stubborn may seem difficult, but that perseverance keeps them standing where others quit. Someone anxious may overthink, but that also brings awareness, foresight, and protection. Another clue lies in childhood. Before you were told to be practical, what naturally absorbed you? Drawing for hours, caring for animals, organizing games, and taking things apart to understand them. Children act from the soul's flow. Many gifts were neglected then, not lost, just unattended. Gifts also reveal themselves through what you cannot ignore: intolerance for injustice, pain at wasted potential, discomfort with meaningless conflict. These reactions show clear values, and your gift often serves to protect or nurture those values. Pay attention to sincere compliments you receive, not polite ones, but genuine remarks. "I feel calmer around you." You explain things so clearly. You always know what to do in chaos. That is your gift operating effortlessly. Often, you don't even realize you are using your gift. You think everyone can do it, but people consistently come to you for a specific reason: to talk, seek advice, organize, connect, or simply be heard. That is not random. The most important thing is this: soul gifts are not for proving worth, they are for serving life. When you use them in alignment, you don't have to force or pretend. You simply live more truthfully with what you already have. When gifts are used properly, difficult patterns begin to soften. They don't disappear instantly, but they stop overwhelming you. You no longer feel alone facing old lessons because you realize you did not come here empty-handed. In the next part, we will explore a deeper layer where all soul memories are stored not to live in the past, but to understand where you stand in this journey. Many traditions call this the akashic records. Think of it simply as the soul's memory field, not a physical library, but a living information space where every experience leaves a trace. Your choices, lessons, and contracts across lifetimes. You already touch this memory when you just know something without explanation, when you feel familiar in a place you've never been, when a skill emerges naturally, like remembering, not learning. You also touch it when you instantly trust someone or instinctively keep distance, or when you feel strongly drawn to a certain field, history, or knowledge. That attraction is not random. It is memory activating. Akashic records do not open through control. You cannot demand access. They respond to stillness, sincerity, and clear intention, not curiosity for entertainment, but a desire to understand yourself and live more truthfully. Soul memory rarely arrives as clear images or stories. It comes as sudden, deep understanding, a quiet knowing, and when it happens, you don't need validation. These moments usually arise when you slow down, when you stop performing, stop forcing, and sit quietly with yourself, not in noise, not in stress, but in rare stillness. The beauty of the Akashic records is not about knowing more, but remembering who you are, that you are not lacking resources, that you have faced these lessons before, that a deep wisdom already lives within you. When you begin trusting this deeper memory, fear softens. You panic less, doubt yourself less, and stop racing against others. You move at your own rhythm. In the next part, we will talk about how to connect with this deeper knowing in daily life, not through rituals, but by returning to yourself, slow, real, and listening. Connection does not come from searching harder, but from quieting enough to hear. The soul speaks when you stop straining for answers. Some of the deepest moments arrive unexpectedly, during a slow walk, washing dishes, or sitting quietly before sleep. No dramatic lights, just honest presence. Connection is not about technique. It is about sincerity with yourself, staying with difficult emotions instead of avoiding them, refusing easy self-deception. I once knew someone who was always confused about big decisions. He asked many people and read endlessly, but clarity only came when he sat quietly alone. The answer did not come as words, it came as lightness. Right choices don't always excite you, but they make you feel lighter. Connecting with the soul is not hearing a mystical voice. It is learning to sense resonance in your body and emotions. When you consider a direction, does your body open or contract? When you are with someone, do you feel bigger or smaller? These reactions are consistent if you pay attention. Some people only realize they are off path when their body speaks loudly. Exhaustion, insomnia, emptiness despite having everything. The body becomes the final messenger, forcing them to stop. Writing is another natural way to connect, not to sound good, but to be honest. Many are surprised when answers appear on the page as if they were always there. Dreams are also worth respecting. You don't need complex interpretation, just ask, what is the main feeling of this dream? That feeling usually reflects what you are living or avoiding. Connection does not mean escaping reality, it means being fully present in it, being honest in your actions, words, and choices, even when uncomfortable. Each time you choose truth over convenience, you deepen your connection. As this connection grows, you stop needing answers for everything. You trust your rhythm. You know when to move and when to wait, not because you see the future, but because you stand more firmly in the present. In the final part, we will look at one last crucial piece. The people who enter your life, none are accidental, and none stay without purpose. No one enters your life by chance, and no one stays when their role is complete. Some appear briefly, but leave a lasting impact. Others stay for years, but eventually no longer fit who you are becoming. This is not anyone's fault. Every relationship has its own lifespan. I once believed important relationships had to last forever. Then I learned that some come not to stay, but to awaken you to create a crack big enough that you cannot live the same way again. When the lesson is learned, distance naturally arises. Some people come to support you, they believe in you, before you believe in yourself. They give you space to be authentic. These relationships are rare, quiet, and grounding. Others come to challenge you, touching wounds you thought were healed, provoking anger, confusion, and self-doubt. They do not stay to hurt you. They stay until you are strong enough not to need that lesson anymore. Family is where the deepest contracts begin. Some are born carrying responsibility, some as peacemakers, some forced to grow up early. These roles are not random. Family is the first classroom of the soul. Love is the same. Not every deep relationship is peaceful. Some are intense and turbulent, not meant to give you a happy ending, but to close an old cycle. When the lesson is complete, letting go is not failure, it is maturity. One of the most liberating truths is this: not every relationship is meant to last forever. Some contracts exist only for a season. When the role is fulfilled, separation is as natural as changing seasons. When you see relationships this way, you stop blaming and personalizing everything. Instead of asking, why did they do this to me? You ask, what was this relationship meant to teach me? And old pain softens. By now, you may feel something gentle but real. Your life is not meaningless. Every detour, heartbreak, and repetition is a marker on a deeper map, not to make you perfect, but to help you remember who you are. Perhaps the most important thing is not to fully understand your soul contract, but to live so that each day you betray yourself less, avoid less, and speak more honestly with that quiet inner voice. If your soul could ask you one question right now, what would it be? Let that question sit inside you for a few seconds. Don't rush to answer. If this video touched you, leave a comment sharing what you are realizing. Your story may become a mirror for another soul. And follow the channel so we can continue these slow, deep, and honest conversations together.